What's good, y'all? And welcome to my review for this week's episode of Persona 5, the animation. And I gotta say, another fantastic. There is one. Now the All-Out Attack does make an appearance in this episode as well. They did last weekend. I'll talk about it again, but I'm loving what A1's doing. Seriously, they're adding a lot of details or a lot of stuff that was not really in the original game. Like what goes down between Shiho and Kama Shithead. Man, was I not ready to revisit that? Oh, God. We'll get there when we get there. Anyway, so let's start this off. So we start this off. Now, actually, guys, last week, now, some of you guys may know, in case you did, actually, the OP we got last week, which we didn't get an OP this week, is actually just a placeholder OP. It was just there because you might know that it only literally just had scenes from episode 1. I was like, okay, this looks cool, but can you put some Makoto in there? Some Futamasi? But then I was like, oh, okay. And then said that apparently the fourth, that we're not going to see it until next week because apparently there's a spoiler in it. And yeah. So, yeah. So, I did kind of, but then I was like, okay. So, in place of the OP, we got Igor explained pretty much how palaces work, how they're pretty much just, how they're pretty much just, how people, they're just a visualization of people's desires, how the people that we saw them are not actually real, they're just how Kamo Shithead views these people, yada 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 yada. So, and so after that little thing, so then we just see Akira, which actually one thing I forgot to mention, actually in last there was a huge part that I actually forgot to mention. We actually saw bits and pieces of Akira's best, what happened to him, and the reason why he got arrested in the first place. So he explained that to Ryuji about how this girl was getting, I guess harassed. Let's say because we didn't really see what happened. But this dude, he was drunk. Akira kind of stepped in to to help her out, and he ends up falling. He pretty much just falls on something because he's so fucking drunk. And and he's like, "You dumbass, I'll sue." And then Akira of course got arrested. The girl did not come forward and come to Akira's case. Nobody did, and so Akira was put under probation. That's why he's here. And he calls Akira Ren, which they get a nice chuckle out of me. So anyway, I forgot to mention that whole part. Anyway, so back to this week's episode. So like I said, Akira relays this information to Ryuji about how, this is just how this is how the visuals he desires, the people that were there were not actually real, that's just how he views them, yada 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 yada. We also see another cameo appearance from Akechi, and I gotta say, guys, there's way too much damn Akechi in this series from this man. I mean, now I understand why everyone's doing it. Akechi's a very popular character with probably the female audience, not so much. I mean, don't get me wrong, I thought Akechi was cool and all, but I feel like a majority of this is for the female audience. They're the ones that are probably losing their shit the most. And I don't know, I mean, granted, because, Akechi, while he was in the beginning portion of the game, we rarely saw him. He had little appearances here and there, but we never really, I don't know, I wish we would just kind of anyone would kind of just chill with the Akechi, okay, we get it. Akechi's popular. Can you put him on the back burner until it's actually relevant to the story? Like you did with Makoto and Haru and last one, where you just kind of have boop, brief cameos and then they're done. Can you do that with Akechi, please? Or better, just don't show him. You've got your point has been across. You've gotten your point across, A1. So, and of course Ryuji's kind of perfect out, be like, man, I would never wear that. He's like, calm down, man. He's like, hey, I'm at the knees. Leave me alone. And so, we then get to the volleyball game. We then get back to school. At the volleyball tournament, the teacher for the students. Kamo Shithead, of course, whipping everyone's ass because, of course, he is. He was, I believe, was he in the Olympics? I believe he was actually in the Olympics. Anyway, he was a professional volleyball player. And so, of course, Mishima's getting all this abuse and shit. It doesn't play exactly like him, because I remember in the game, he got hit directly in the head but instead that was Akira that got hit, but we still see Mishima get abused, and, Akira and Ryuji decide, let's see if anyone's willing to talk, get some information about Kamo Shithead and the allegations, and they're and nobody's talking, nobody's snitching, because, fear, and probably, and all these are volleyball players, they probably don't want to get kicked off the team or something else happen to them. So then they end up asking Shiho, Oh god. Remember what I said last week that y'all weren't always weren't ready? Yeah, y'all were not ready for this episode. And it was my heart. Oh man, it was hard watching this episode because of what went down with Shiho. Anyway, that's Shiho. We just don't really get any answers. You guys like, come on, Shiho. Like, guys, is like, back off, Sakamoto, and they leave. But actually, right before Ryuji and Akira showed up, we actually see Odd talking to Shiho, and she tells like, "Hey, he's gonna kick me off the team as a starter," and Shiho and Odd is doing her best to just keep her to just help her out, just trying to be a good friend to her, and keep her mildly sane in a way. But yeah, oh god, Shiho. Oh, my heart! Gosh, poor Shiho. So yeah, so after they take their leave, we go back to the future, and we see of course back to Sai interrogate Akira, and he's like, blah. He's like, how did you know this? Blah. How did you know this? And he's like, I didn't. And he's like, you made the question. Blah blah blah. Then we get back. We see this part is actually different from the game, because in the game when Kira meets On, they have that little moment together. In the game, you're kind of more or less following her, or I think you are following her and she didn't notice, or you were following her and she did notice and she was just trying to get away from you, whichever the case may be. But then when Akira can't, but now they kind of cut that whole part out and just had Akira just fine On, and what he does, he overhears the conversation when she has with Chicago Shithead, and he's telling her that he's gonna kick her off the team as a starter, yada yada yada, and she's trying her best, tell him like, come on, you don't have to do this, like, and he probably made some demands of a sexual variety, most likely. Ugh. Anyway, and so On meets her, so then Akira meets him, and then they go to that burger joint where On pretty much just kind of, I guess you could say, opens her heart, kind of just, tells Akira what exactly has happened about, about how, she's trying her best to she's doing what she's doing. You've heard the rumors that I'm together with Combo Shithead, that I've done some shit with him. But he's like, that's not true, I'm doing this for Shiho. And, he's making all these demands. I'm like, I'm tired of I'm tired of doing what he do. And, she's very to cry. And I think the anime did a little bit better than the game, mostly just how the camera angles were used, and the reflection in Kira's glasses. I think I like the anime version of this scene better than like the game scene. That's just my personal opinion. So after that, we then go back to Akira remembers Morgana, which after Ryuji and Akira met On, and they didn't really get any answers out of Shiho, Morgana shows up and he's like, "Hey, guys!" And he's like, "Wait, what, you're a cat?" He's like, "I'm not a cat!" And so she explains, palaces, and then, say like, "Hey, you can't change Kama Shithead's heart, but it could kill him. Are you guys want to take the gamble on that?" So, think about it. And then Morgana takes his leave. And then we get another scene right after Akira and On have their moment. Gabo Shithead, that was also not in the game. No, like I said, I'm loving what A1's doing by giving us more scenes on Kamo Shithead to really show, because in the game it was more or less just, he or he said, she said. Like, everything was just implied. We never actually saw really Kamoshida actually doing what we heard him do. I mean, we knew he was doing it, but we never actually got like little glimpses of it, like, oh, fuck, In the game we do. After we see Kamoshida on his desk, tapping his finger and be like, "That's fine. You like to tease me, little kitty." He licks his lips. I'm like, oh god. He's like, "I'll have to crack the whip on you." I'm like, I love that he was honest, but fuck, I hate Kamoshida that much more. So this shit makes me want to vomit. Ugh. Fuck Kamoshida. So, we then get to Shiho. She's in the gym. For some reason, she's in the gym late at night. The lights are off. We see Mishima. And he says, "Hey, Kamoshida wants you in his office." She drops the volleyball. He says, hey, I'm just a messenger! And then runs away. Then, we get to the scene I've been dreading the most. And I'm actually kind of curious what anime only thought of this. I'm not gonna just imagine them being like, what the fuck? I'm just because man, I was trying to rewatch this scene. My heart. Oh, man. Alright, let's talk about it. So, we see Akira. He's at school on his phone talking to Ryuji. And then someone says, hey, look up there. Isn't that Shiho from the volleyball team? And it's Shiho on top of the fucking roof. On the edge of it. We then get to Shiho. Memories flash with her and on. Oh, God! And she jumps. Yeah. Yep. Remember what I said last week? Y'all weren't ready. And that M rating was not for show. Now, so one of the things guys I want to talk about. Moments like these with Kamo Shithead almost make me wish he was saved for last, or at least the third to last, because the last two are like very integral to the plot. The other two you could probably swap around, because the rest of the guys that you guys steal and shit are like nothing compared to Kamo Shit. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're all bad in their own right, but they're just more or less gangsters, corrupt individuals, and assholes in suits. You know, they're all bad, but I wouldn't say they're as bad as Kamo Shithead. So I almost kind of wish he was saved from, like, maybe one of the last ones, but then again, you couldn't really do a turn of the plot, because it wouldn't really make sense for you to introduce Yosuke, Makoto, and Haru before you introduce On, but, yeah. I almost kind of wish he was saved for last, just for the shit that goes down in here, but hey, yeah. So, and that's the other thing I like, because in the game, everything, that whole scene was only told through Akira's perspective. You saw her jumping, and then you rush down there, and everyone's grabbing up their phones, you know, recording this shit for their Instagram, their Snapchats, their Twitters, their Facebooks, MySpace, if that's still a thing. You know, they all got their phones out, recording and shit. And so, yeah, so like in the game, we were just rushing downstairs and you see Akira's, but here, I like that we actually saw from Shiho's perspective, when you saw her, you know, her kind of like thinking maybe second gaze, like, you know, she shouldn't do it, but then she remembers Kamo Shithead with this, then they see the blue flags, Kamo Shithead with a smirk on his face, and that decided to jump because, you know, she couldn't take it anymore with the shit Kamo Shithead. Like I said, fuck Kamo Shithead. So, after that traumatizing moment, and rewatching it, for some, and for you guys, and also Shiho did survive, thankfully. I don't even know how. I mean, like, the roof is pretty high up. I mean, could have just been luck. Maybe she fell the right way to where it wouldn't have killed her. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not an expert on human anatomy. So, An's right there next to her, and Shiho says to An, Kamo Shithead, or Kamoshida, I should say, not Kamo Shithead, Kamoshida. And so, pretty much confirming that, yeah, Kamo Shithead did this to her. And so, and then the doctors, EMTs, excuse me, alright, so hey, we need someone to go, is there a teacher, like a principal, and An looks at Akira, he nods, and she says, I'll go. I don't know why she needs to look at Akira for approval, I mean, it's your best friend, would you feel that anyway? I don't know why she needs to look at Akira, or, I don't know, whatever. So then we see Mishima behind my boy Akira. He shot and runs. Ryuji's waiting right over, like, where do you think you're going, Mishima? And then Akira's right behind him. He's like, so then they burst into Kamoshida's office and confront him with what they have learned and the shit that has gone down with Shiho. And he talks about, like, you know, oh, you're making all these false accusations without proof. For all I know, y'all are just making some stupid conspiracy theories. There, you're already wearing your tinfoil hats, you know? And so Kira, and then she's like, and then My man Ryu's like, you bastard! He's like about to punch Kamoshida, and Akira's like holding him, being like, don't give him an excuse. He's like, and then Kamoshida starts taunting him, like, come on, man, take a swing at me. Take something like, bro, I'll take balls for you. I'll grab a goddamn crowbar and break your goddamn legs, and then I'll use a knife to cut you. Anyway. Oh, man. Anyway. So, after that, he says that I'm going to expel you all at the next board meeting, and he also says that, Mishima, you're guilty too, because weren't you the one that leaked Akira's criminal record? And then Mishima goes down on his knees, he's like, he told me to, I had no choice. He said, yeah, it's all over the internet, right? It's a damn shame. Have fun at Juvie, kid! Now get the hell out of my office! So, after that, Akira, then Morgana meets up with them, and then they all agree to, to take down this motherfucker. So, they go into the castle, they infiltrate and find the treasure, which actually, they actually play out different in the game, because in the game, and On was actually following them as well. In the game, they find, the game's account, they find that On was there, but they end up throwing her out of the metaverse just so she's safe. But then she comes back and then she gets kidnapped by Kama Shithead. Then she wakes to her persona, and then you guys, all four of you, come in and find the treasure. But instead, they cut that whole part out and just have Ryuji, Morgana, and Akira infiltrate the palace. Morgana starts talking about how, that the treasure is what is like their heart. If you take that away, their castle crumbles. I mean that they change their heart, and because of all their crimes will not be erased. So, with unable to bear this weight, Kama Shithead will most likely confess his sins. And also confess to the crimes they have committed. And of course, go to prison, hopefully for life. Preferably with the death penalty his balls cut off, because fucking that asshole does not deserve to keep those. Anyway. So they find treasure, they find that Anna's also been kidnapped, we get a almost pseudo rape scene. Like, I saw this part, I was like, oh no, I know how A1 is with these things, no, this better not turn to fucking SAO. Even though I love SAO guys, I was not a fan of those rape scenes, no, especially the one with Oscar. Lord have mercy, that was damn near filmed like it was goddamn fan service. No siree. No, y'all can keep that shit out of my face. So, she's tied up. We see Shadow Kamoshida licking his lips again, like, I'm like, bro, get the fuck away from us! Jesus freaking Christ! Ugh! You disgust me, Kamoshida! You disgust me! You disgusting human being! And so, she's tied up. He grabs a sword and starts pulls down her zipper on her jacket, starts cutting her shirt. I was like, oh no, no. It cuts away almost immediately once it gets to her breast. I was like, oh, thank God, A1 has learned their lesson. Hopefully, we'll wait till season 3 of SAO drops and see if there's anything there. So, and then Akira kind of, gives her some words of encouragement, telling him, like, you really gonna let this motherfucker talk down to me like this? You really gonna put up no fight? After all this shit he's been through, come on, get your ass up and fight! He's like, yeah, you're right. Then she awakens to her persona, and then of course we get this badass scene with like the whole crew taking down all these shadows, and then we see another all-out attack, and it looks just as bad as the first one. It looks slightly better, but when we actually see the characters, and then we actually see like the position when they freeze frame it on the character's pose like they did in the game. It looks off still. I don't know if it's just because the background's gone or just the way it's drawn, because there's a lot of dark shadowing used in it. And I think the lighting is too bright either. So it still looks a little... I don't know if anyone's going to fix this in the Blu-rays, or they're going to fix it on the series, hopefully, but if there's one thing I gotta say, the all-out text still look a little off. It's cool seeing them, but I kind of wish they were animated a little better. Or I guess I should say drawn a little bit better. Anyway. So yeah, and that's essentially when the episode ends, with them exiting the metaverse. They exchange their contact info, and that's when the episode ends. So yeah, and also one other thing, Shiho's now currently in a coma because of the fall. So yeah, overall fantastic episode. I really dig what A1 did with adding those little bits and pieces with Kama Shithead showing up like, yeah, what was said was pretty much was the truth. He is a fucking pedophile, essentially. Let's be frank. He is a sexual deviant, whatever you want to call him. He is that. Yeah, it was nice seeing it, but woo, man, woo. And the scenes that were from the game that A1 put their own touch on was also nice to see. I really did the change. I'm loving this anime. I'm loving this series. So yeah. Hope you guys, so my final verdict for this week's episode is, of course, a 10 out of 10. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new, follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you like, links down in the description box below, and as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.